right, we're gonna get serious now.
Let's get to it, man.
We're in the new year.
Got some real business.
We're starting good, but we have some real business, people. We have some real business. We have a problem here in San Antonio. It's not a problem that's right now, but it's soon, and the time is running out. It's been a battle for many years, and only now is time running out. So we're catching it early on, and we have a chance to really do it. But the only chance we have to do something is applying a real amount of pressure. We have to apply a real amount of pressure. I say I don't like getting political, and this isn't political. This is more activism and movements.
Yeah.
The greater Edwards Aquifer is at risk. San Antonio is in a drought currently and has been in a drought since 2020 is what we heard.
Yeah, 2022 I think technically.
And people don't know this because we still take good showers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
People sometimes don't even know what an aquifer is. Being in Florida, we have a massive aquifer in Florida. It's made of limestone. It travels all throughout underneath this is why we can't have basements in Florida. We have an aquifer. And this aquifer supplies fresh, clean, for the most part clean, because, still everything is not, clean, but clean. But for the most part, clean, fresh water to wells and to just our water system in general.
Yeah.
And right now, there's a massive company that's known throughout America for building homes that wants to build homes in a part of between Elotes and Gray Forest. It's called Guajalote Ranch, and it's called Lenner. Is the name of the company, Lenner Homes.
Lenner Homes.
They make homes, and they want to make like 3,000 homes up there. And some of their sewage is going to run off into the Elotes Creek, Elotes Creek, right?
Yeah, Elotes Creek,
which goes to the Elotes Creek watershed, which goes to the recharge zone.
Which then ends up at the aquifer.
Which ends up in the aquifer. So they went ahead and got permission from the TCEQ, the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, a government agency. And you know how I feel about government. I'm not a big fan of the government. They approved the permit so long as they approved the permit for building so long as Lenner builds a water waste management. And so you think, well, okay, what's the problem, right? It's a water waste management. Well, the thing is, water waste management, when they try to purify and clean the water, they use harsh chemicals and shit.
Yeah.
And then they spit it right back out. And we're talking about cancer-causing chemicals, forever chemicals that get in your system and never leave. It's sort of like Teflon, but worse, right? Because you're throwing this into what is a fresh aquifer. Now, the aquifer gets filled up from different sources, but this source specifically is the Elotes Creek source. Yeah. So the other water things might be clean, but this is going to affect almost all of San Antonio. And in the last podcast, and we're gonna cut this part out and that we're talking about and push it faster so we can get the message out there. But in the last podcast, I really took a disliking to Gina Ortiz, the new mayor of San Antonio, because she's messing with our Spurs. And I'm thinking there's bigger fish to fry.
We talked about all the gridlock and the problems that we have in the city.
Construction, the insane amount of construction that's messing up our just daily driving, going to work and coming out of work. And as a truck driver, that annoys me because
you're seeing it firsthand.
My work is on the road,
and
so she's trying to take shots at the Spurs and like any other good government political stooge. They try to make themselves look good and stuff. And so I feel like, why are you taking shots at the Spurs? The Spurs is all we got. I love San Antonio. San Antonians love their Spurs. Don't fuck with the Spurs. And I said, pay attention to this. But I forgot to mention about the Edwards Aquifer.
Yeah.
But now that we've taken a look at it, we see it's more serious. It kind of needs its own piece. So Gina Ortiz needs to really focus on the construction in San Antonio and that Edwards Aquifer. Even though it's not happening in San Antonio, the water comes down and hits most of San Antonio. Most of our water supply is from the Edwards Aquifer.
The Edwards Aquifer basically runs under San Antonio.
Runs under San Antonio.
Yeah.
And so that's a large part of our water supply. Even though we're in drought, it's a large part of our water supply. And it's bad. It's bad. What do you think about all this?
Well, yeah, we took a deep dive in it. And we saw that we learned that basically the way to treat this runoff. What they want to say is that treating the sewage water is going to make it okay for it to come down to the aquifer.
Right.
However, there's a lot of studies that say that the way these waste managers managing places do it is not necessarily accurate. It's not proven.
It's not flawless, these wastewater managements. And then the chemicals alone that they use to clean the water, the dirty water, and then spitting that back out. They can't even get forever chemicals. Forever chemicals are so hard to clean out. So, and then they're spitting it back out into the Elotes Creek. What do we learn about fucking aquifers? It's the contribution zone. So where it rains, you have your contribution zone. And then you have that water that goes to the
recharge zone.
To the recharge zone.
I can't remember the name of the word.
And then it's the artesian zone.
Oh, artesian zone. Yeah,
it's where the water goes deep underground and then it shoots back up with pressure and it's supposed to be already clean and all that stuff. Okay, well, the thing is, this wastewater management is at the basically contribution zone. So then it's coming into the recharge zone, and the recharge zone is porous. It's holes. It's basically like lime with holes. It's Swiss cheese. So all that nasty treated, but it's wastewater is going to come right into that and fall into the aquifer. Yeah. And that might put us on a boil alert. I went through, it was just outside of Lake Charles, Louisiana. I stopped at a Love's and I tried to get something to eat. I couldn't get any sodas or anything because, to do sodas, it has to pour out a little bit of water and something else, right?
Yeah.
They were on a boil water alert or advisory.
So you got to boil the water for it to be okay to drink.
For it to be okay. We don't want to be in that. San Antonio, you don't want to be in that.
And that's the thing. The recharge zone is the most fragile part of the whole system.
It's the most vulnerable part of the system.
And you want to build 3,000 houses right there. Texas is full of land. There's still a ton of empty land all around San Antonio, all around. Why do you want to pick? I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons. And I told you before, everybody loves to live up in the north side. So this is the northwest where this is happening.
Like close to the hill country almost.
Yeah, yeah. So that over there towards like Bernie and Medina Lake between there. That's where the place is really popping. But pick another spot. It's a fragile system. It's a fragile aquifer. Limestone doesn't absorb the bacteria like other aquifers are made out of mud and sand, and that sucks out a lot of the bacteria. So you got the limestone, and all it does is allow the water to run through. Yeah. It does basic filtering, not that much filtering.
Right.
So, and then we also learned that there's a ton of life down there. There's a ton of fishes and all that, and that's also going to get affected. You know what I mean?
It's bad, man. I'm telling you, having an aquifer. I didn't know we had an aquifer. When I found out, I was like, damn, that's kind of cool because growing up in Florida, knowing there's an aquifer under us and we have like really good water. Obviously, the water is hard because I think the limestone is down there, but it's cool knowing that we have something that's like so valuable and we're about to pollute it because of 3,000 homes. First off, we live in an age where nobody can even afford homes. Luckily, in Texas, for the most part, if you work hard and you're diligent, you can afford a home. So you could probably buy one of these homes. But for the most part, no one's really in the housing market right now. Young people are disaffected and don't want to buy homes. And you want to build 3,000 homes for who? For who do you want to build 3,000 homes for? Somalians? I mean, what's going on here?
There's a lot of houses, yeah. And there's no people to buy them right now. They're
going to be houses that are built and just hanging around. We have this problem.
They're thinking that my thought is maybe they're thinking long term, right? Because what do we see in we saw a video recently when we saw that they have seven data centers planned for San Antonio.
No, yeah.
I'm assuming they're thinking people are going to come in and get good jobs and then they're going to afford good houses.
We're going to link some videos. We're going to put some stuff in here in this area, like numbers, who you call. And then
don't just do it. Put it in this area too. Go ahead.
Why can't it be in this area?
Well, there's still a lot of space here. Put it there and here.
Put it like right here in the middle.
Yeah, well, don't block JD Vance.
Anyways, back to the real stuff. I lost my train of thought on this stuff. This is great. Look, there's a interesting video we saw. The corridor between 35 from San Antonio to Austin is growing, and I've seen it. When I showed up here 11 years ago, there wasn't really much. There wasn't from here to there. From here to New Braunfels is pretty empty. Now you have shirts, and it's like almost one continuous thing to New Braunfels. And it's almost one. It's not yet, but it's going to be one continuous thing from New Braunfels to San Marcos. And San Marcos to Austin's already a thing. You got Kyle and Buddha. Okay, but then you have from here to Seguin and then up. It's like there's this massive growth that's happening, and now we have. So we're gonna need houses for sure. We're gonna need houses,
but we're also gonna need. We're gonna need to take care of our water.
We're gonna need clean fucking water. We're gonna have all these people coming over here, and we're currently in a drought. We can't even that video. The 10-minute was a 10-minute long video.
It was like a 15-minute long video when they were talking about
that. Was good information because they're not just talking about just the expansion of everything here, but it's also talking about the water and how we're in a drought and how we don't probably have enough water for that. We don't already have enough water, and we're going to poison the water. And this water doesn't just stay in San Antonio. It still keeps going downstream. It's the downstream that gets affected.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, if you're one of these liberals, we're talking about minorities obviously going to get affected. San Antonio is majority Hispanic. Yeah. So Latinos are going to get hit hard with this shit. Yeah. We don't want that nasty, dirty ass water, brother. I'm telling you right now.
As it is, when you get into a brand new house, when I bought my house, the first thing they do is they bring these people who sell you water filtration systems, and they tell you, you have hard water, buy one of our filtration systems so you can get soft water. So the water as it is, it's already kind of hard. Right. Now you don't want to, on top of that, add chemicals and add things that can possibly give you cancer. You're not gonna trust boiling the water so you can make your pasta and shit like that. Like
forever chemicals are generationally long lasting. So like beyond you, like your descendants are gonna fucking be affected by this kind of shit. You don't want this in the water. Yeah. So we need to fight back because the TCEQ clearly does not have Texans in their favor. They don't care about Texans. They don't. All they care is about somebody probably slid them some money. Because we know how this kind of shit works. Mm-hmm. Someone said, slim some money and said, okay, we approve you. We'll approve you to build so long as you build the waste plant. Well, we don't want the waste plant. That's what we're talking about. That's the problem to begin with. Listen, in business, sometimes you take a fat, massive L, and that just happens. That's business. Business 101, you take an L. We talk about it. We thought 2025 was going to be great. Mm-hmm. We talk about it in this podcast. 2025 was going to be great. What's sitting in the basement? I mean, not in the basement. What's sitting in a garage? Our business idea is sitting in the garage, not making us any money. Yeah. We're taking a fucking fat L. So, basically, here's the bad guys. The bad guys is Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, whatever, on environmental quality. They're the bad guys because they're allowing this. And then I want to get to find out who the judge was, but we're going to find out who the judge was, and we're going to put the names of the bad guys. We're going to have the good guys and the bad guys, and we're going to tell you who the bad guys are because this is good old Texas fucking.
This is some cowboy shit. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Exactly. Yeah. We're going to tell you who it is. So, Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. They're the bad guys by allowing this to happen so long as they build the waste management. Obviously, Leonard is the bad guys here. They're not really thinking about the people downstream. They don't give a fuck. They just want to make their money and cash out. Yeah. A little information about Leonard. They're a massive home building enterprise, kind of like KB Homes, but probably, I don't know.
They're just in the same thing as KB Homes in terms of like how
they're
big
probably
they are.
Competitors, right? Yeah. So they're established since 1954, and they're from Miami. Now let me tell you something about fucking Florida because I know about Florida. Florida wasn't really developed until like around the 1950s, 1948. Mm-hmm. Just so you understand. Florida, you know how like every state became a state during certain years? Yeah. Florida was a state, but it wasn't really until like the 1940s, 1950s that South Florida started getting developed. That's how new Florida really is. Wow. That's why the mafia went over there, because it was basically the Wild West. Everything was just getting built and there's new everything. All right. These people come from that time, mm-hmm. All right? In the 2000s, by the way, they acquired a U.S. Homes. So not only are they just like starting up, they're acquiring big businesses. They're acquiring other competitors, becoming a monopoly, sort of how we spoke about the PSA acquiring, X and whatnot. In 2014, Leonard makes Leonard International U.S. real estate leader for the global market. So not only are they like, you have to understand who the enemy is. The enemy isn't just like some small town or just some U.S. builder. They're in a global market. They have stocks, by the way. I think they have stocks. They're on the public market. Okay. And they're in the global market. So they do international shit. Mm. This is a massive company that's putting a lot of pressure probably to get this done. They don't want to take an L. Who would want to take an L? When you're doing business, nobody wants to take a fucking L. I get that. I don't want to take an L. But we're taking L's anyways because our business idea is sitting in the, in the garage. And then in 2020, Eagle Home Mortgage LLC renamed to Lenner Mortgage LLC, furthering home building and financial services. So these people not only are in the market of building homes, but they're in the market of helping you finance for a home, your mortgages, everything. They're a powerhouse.
They take care of everything so that all the money stays with them.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's the same with because I purchased through KB, and KB will they have their own loan officers, their own lenders, their own show people that come and show you the houses, tell you everything, and that's how they can. That's how they can. I think it makes sense in a business.
It makes sense in a business way, but unfortunately, you have to take the L here. You're gonna affect so many people with this shitty building.
I told you, there's space everywhere else, man. Why do you have to build out there?
Well, because they already bought it, and now they want to just make it go through. They already bought it, and they want to make it go through. And so, if you're from San Antonio, you're from Elotes, people have been fighting this already. But I feel like it needs to really. I mean, this is San Antonio, the 7th largest city in America. It's not just we're not just some small dusty town off to the side. Mm. We're not some flyover city. Well, we're not like the most popular in all of Texas, but we're not some flyover city and some flyover.
We're one of a kind. We're one of a kind.
We're one of a kind, and we need to fucking really buckle up. This is the year 1 aka 2026. It's a new year we're starting. We got to come out strong out the gate, protect the aquifer, protect our water, protect our heritage, protect the future, really. Yeah. And I hate to get so serious on this podcast because this podcast isn't about that, but this is serious to us because we live here and we'll all get affected.
Not only we live here, but we love it here.
And we love it here. I love this city. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So the bad guys. We told you the bad guys. And there's some good guys. There's some good guys fighting out there, like the GEAA, the Greater Edwards Aquifer Alliance. They're the good guys, right? The last mayor was fighting for, I think, Ron Nierenberg. There was some mayor also in Gray Forest. Was it Gray Forest? Yeah, Gray Forest. The mayor was fighting. They got together. Gino Ortiz, stop picking on the Spurs and get to fucking work. All right. I'm gonna give some numbers out.
Yeah, call your local politician.
Call your local politician, not just your mayor. Don't just call your mayor. Don't just call your city council. Call the Texas person of your district, your congressperson. Mm-hmm. Congress isn't. Some people don't even know about politics, but they think Congress is only a federal thing. Mm-hmm. Every state has their own state Congress. So call your state congressperson. I don't know who the hell that is. Call your state senator. Call the senator, Ted Cruz. Call your state senator. Call your senator. Call Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Hot Wheels.
His name is Hot Wheels. What's his name? The governor of
Greg Abbott.
Greg Abbott. Call Greg Abbott. Right? If he's all about Texans, I know he's about Israel first right now, but if he's about Texans, he needs to come down here on his Hot Wheels and stop this shit. Leonard Holmes has to take a fucking L. Yeah. You're planning to build, and you're planning to mess with water of a lot of people. Yeah. You're gonna ruin generations. So here we go. Gina Ortiz Jones, 210-207-8998. I'm not gonna repeat it. We're gonna put it up here somewhere. Yeah. Call her. Let her know. Stop messing with the Spurs, and to start working on that construction. Get that construction done. And even though the construction is not happening in San Antonio, it's the water that comes down and it will affect us. Get to work on that. Start talking to the Gray Forest mayor. I think his name is Paul Garrow. City Hall. You can call them at 210-695-326 extension 1. By the way, it's a 210 number. So what is up with Gray Forest? Why do they got a 210 number?
They're not too far out of San Antonio. They might still be. They're not Bexar County, but
we'll call them like the Greater San Antonio region, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the Elotes mayor, Rich Whitehead. It's 210-695-8877. But call these people, call your mayor, call your, and call. And listen, if you're seeing this and you live somewhere where the Edwards Aquifer is part of your water system, maybe you're down like in Medina or somewhere else, call them and get them all involved, because we're talking about a massive corporation that will not probably want to take a L. I looked at their website. I looked at their recent news. You know how most of these companies have like their about us, their this and that, and their about us is like we're all about integrity and yada yada. No, you're not. You're about your investors, and I understand your investors and whoever else. And then just you personally, you have you're invested in this property and this Guajalote Ranch. I get it, but you're gonna mess up the water for a lot of people, a lot of Americans. This goes beyond you, your business. And I feel like if you do something like that, they operate in 30 states. You're about to operate in 29 states because I'll make sure that no Texan wants to do business with Leonard Holmes for fucking up one of the greatest cities in all of America. Yeah. Especially the 7th largest city in America.
Humboletown.
Messing up Humboletown's water? You kidding me?
No.
Oh, no, I won't stand for that.
No.
It'll be the Alamo all over again. We'll take it back. So call your people, call Greater Edwards Aquifer. We'll put up, like I said, some stuff here. Some numbers, some links. We'll put some links in the description to that video. That video was interesting, by the way, because it's not just, you have Gina Ortiz, you have all these mayors around, and then there's this water and this ecosystem that pretty much feeds us, our clean water. Yeah. And sometimes you wonder, are these people are they talking to each other? You think to yourself, why would a mayor talk to another mayor? But they have a lot to need to talk about. There's a real need for like a unity here because on top of that video talking about the corridor getting built, and then we have this problem with Leonard Holmes trying to destroy the aquifer. We need everybody on all counties, all mayors to be involved in this and like really talk to each other and be like, yo, what can we do to like stop this? Yeah. Not just the people, but the people who are supposed to represent the people need to get together and stop it. And the Texas, why is the TCEQ even like allowing this? Like this is an EPA.
I feel like their standards of what they need was very basic, because Leonard put out that statement that's saying, we're taking great care of this, and we make sure that we followed every rule set by San Antonio water system. Sure. It's another thing. SAWS sets the rules of what you need to do to treat the water, and they're saying we're following everything, but you should do more than that. What are you going to do? The very basic, and the very basic is not enough work. The professionals, the scientists are telling you treating the water is not enough. You're throwing chemicals down there. It's not enough. It's not proven. It can fail. Right. They're telling you this. So the very basics that the San Antonio water system is asking of Leonard Holmes is not enough.
Right, it's not enough, and it'll never be enough. And we're not stupid. We live in a more conscious era. We know that companies don't really take great pride in doing good work, especially when it's extra than from what they want to do. Mm-hmm. They want to build homes, and that's it. And even then, was it you who told me that they had some homes that failed and they had some lawsuits that weren't up to code?
They've had lawsuits, and they've had communities that ended up being a bunch of bad homes and stuff like that.
We're not dumb people. This is America. We understand that a lot of corporations cut corners. Why would they not cut corners on the waste management, on the water waste management?
True.
They're going to cut corners. They're obviously going to cut corners. They're going to do the bare minimum. That's what you say. You said like, why do they just want to do the bare? But that's what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. We know they're going to do that. So we know it's just not going to be in our best interest. It's not going to be in the best interest of Americans, of Texans, of San Antonians, to let these people build their homes there. Take the L, brother. Go somewhere else. Otherwise,
there's a lot of.
Otherwise, find your next state if you want to still keep that 30 states you operate in, you're gonna have to find another state, because if not, you're gonna be 29 states that you operate in. Yeah. I'll make sure.
There's a lot of land south of Highway 90, man. Go down there where you're not affecting and you're not in the.
You're trying to bring people down here.
Well, no, I'm just saying you can stay in the west side, just don't stay in the northwest side. South of 90 over there.
Come to the west side. I got a cousin that lives over there. He needs some homes, bro. We need some homes on the west side. Yeah. But no, seriously. So, anyways, that's the end of this podcast. After we end here, we're gonna put up some more information that you can see and some more graphics. So keep an eye out for that. Get involved. Make sure that these people don't poison the water and screw us up for generations to come. All right, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. Thank you for watching.